The mountains got another foot or so of snow over the past few days. They're about to get more. And the skiers and snowboarders are loving it. It's hard to imagine that Utah was ever without thousands playing in our canyons now.
Right? You can't even think about it. It is amazing to realize the Utah ski industry hardly existed, though, before the 1930s. Our Craig Wirth, of course, has lots of film and pictures from those first days, don't you?
Oh, I do. And I had the good fortune of having known one of the legends of the past to tell this story, the great Alf Engen. Now, he taught thousands to ski, including Olympic athletes. He was a champion ski jumper and really one of the nicest people you ever met. This is the story.
The first Utah skiers were probably the miners, who went claim to claim in the canyons. While they did not invent resorts, they did invent after-ski partying. There were 40 saloons at Alta alone. By the 1920s, European immigrants brought their long skis here and their courage. See, they saw skiing as what you did after jumping. The skiing capital was here at Ecker Hill, now the Pine Brook housing development near Park City.
Yes, Ecker Hill. 95 years ago, this would have been the center of the world for the sport of ski jumping.
Jumping was big time, and the greatest of them all was a Norwegian immigrant, Alf Engen. He had been jumping since he was 7 years old, so this was old stuff by the time he was in his 20s.
They nicknamed me Gummern. Gummern, you know what Gummern means. Gummern means old man.
Ecker Hill got a worldwide reputation. This was the 1936 Olympic trials. It was courage and snow. Just imagine how this guy felt. Now look at the bindings they used back then. Imagine falling. The skis were custom, many homemade.
There was always a pair of wood in the corner, you know, where the tips down in boiling water, where he can shape the tips. So he made our own skis.
The Forest Service saw a real future in skiing and asked Alf Engen to ski over from Brighton to Little Cottonwood Canyon and have a look if the declining town of Alta might work as a ski area. Alf Engen found his home for the next 50 years, Alta. It changed his life. It became his home. 50 years later, he was still king of the hill and still remembered the very first sight of Alta. It did not look good.
So when I came through there, it was pretty bleak. On this side over there, mostly where the mines were, on that side. And over there, every time there's a mine they come out, you know, that brown dirt in the water, running brown, dirty water. It was very dirty. And of course, there was no timber yet. The only timber that was left was some crooked ones that they couldn't put in the mines for props.
They put up a ski lift. The Collins lift was the second chairlift built in America, and skiing took off. Alf Engen showed how the first skiers learned to turn as they started the Alf Engen Ski School.
You lean here, then I come over here, and I lean here.
And just like that, Utah and skiing were one and the same.
It's just a short drive up a steep-walled canyon to a Utah ski center. As long as there's snow, and that's a long time, the winter sports facilities are ready and waiting. One of its many highlights is the ample parking lot, where Forest Service rangers, as at Utah's other winter playgrounds, handle traffic and parking with a deft touch and a smile. But the real thrills are on the hill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, ample parking. Yeah, you hear that every day. Oh, you can just, ride right up to the roof.
You can decide 5 minutes before, can't you? Oh, how neat is that?
But that history is so amazing, and to have met those folks that were part of that, it really is something.
Wow, that interview on the ski lift like that.
That was my favorite.
Yeah,
so cool,
it was
Craig.
like 30 years ago. I could ski then.
You still could.
Cool,
You
Craig.
still could.
Craig, I think you shred the gnar. I would do anything to sit next to you on the ski lift. Come on, let's do it.
Hey, more snow coming.